Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Good, just finished with practice. Just settling down now for my evening.
Um, I'll just get going. I'll say about 10 minutes it normally is, so it
Hmm.
won't be
No
too long.
worries.
But so let's think about the last 9 months. How have you found lockdown and the coronavirus situation?
Been a bit crazy. Obviously, the basketball world shut down pretty much, obviously, at the end of or towards the beginning and end of March. Um, yeah, just trying to, I guess, stay in shape, do some things off court that I could wrap my head around. Obviously, it was a nice break, especially, I guess, for the point I am in my career in terms of just looking at things off court. And I wouldn't usually have that long of a time to kind of wrap my head around stuff that I wanted to do post basketball. So I had a few thoughts in that process, but yeah, just a long summer and obviously finally happy to be able to get back on the court.
And how different is basketball nowadays than with the situation?
You just never know what's going to happen. Obviously, with the UK and different tiers and everything going on,
Mm.
some teams being able to have fans now, some not being able to have fans. It's kind of you just kind of have to play it by ear. I think it's a lot different than we've had to deal with in the past. But at the end of the day, I think fans, players, everybody's kind of just thankful to have some basketball instead of no basketball.
Yeah. So you've played basketball kind of all around the world. What's it like, kind of comparing it to playing in the BBL? What's it like in this country?
I think the level here is a lot higher than people give it credit for. Um, I think there's some tough situations with clubs and money and stuff like that, so it gets a lot of bad publicity, I guess, and negativity around the basketball world. But I think there's a lot of talent here. Obviously, as you said, I've played all over the world and playing in Europe and the South America and stuff like it's a kind of life. Definitely on the way up. I think everything that it's got going on right now is good. Great to have it back on Sky Sports. Like when I was a kid watching it on TV and you see in the stands for, obviously we can't have that part right now, but just seeing it on mainstream television is great for the league.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the Sky Sport, how important you thought it was for the league.
Yeah, I think even just what I just said in terms of sponsorship and teams trying to get find money and stuff like that, I think just the fact of it being having the opportunity to be on Sky Sports could bring in some new revenue, some new mainstream sponsors, whether it be for the league or individual clubs. I think that's huge for the building of the league and trying to create a league that everybody respects, so with some money behind it, where they can pay the players what they should be paid when you put it in retrospect compared to leagues around the world.
Yeah. So you started obviously the season at London, and you played in that European game. How was that experience for you?
It was fun. Obviously, I'm a London guy, so being able to put any jersey on, whether it be the Lions, obviously the Royals before,
Hmm.
but being able to represent your cities is huge. I don't think people realize that us British guys, especially, want to be able to come home and play. It just has to be obviously the right situation, the right fit. But obviously, I grew up with Justin Robinson, one of my closest people to me. And obviously, growing up playing against guys like Joe Kinwin and stuff like that. So these are guys that I found it fun, obviously, to be around practicing against these guys every day. We definitely have a bond. We still talk, obviously, not just myself and Justin, but myself and all the team. The Americans, Liggins, Ware, Dirk, like we all still have conversations about how their season's going, how they're playing, what things they think, or I think that they could do better from a
Hmm.
fan's perspective, looking from the outside in, and vice versa. So it's a lot of fun being able to be in that position, being able to play with those guys. Obviously, we couldn't get the job done. As the whole of the UK knows, a bit of a questionable call down the end, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, being able to go out there and compete with those guys, obviously, it's a high level talented team.
Um, so then, how did the move to Worcester come about?
Right now with Worcester, it was just a situation where they had some issues with getting their visas for the Americans. I know everybody's starting to question, like, are they still coming in? Like, I can definitely say for a fact I know that the Americans are coming in. So we're just kind of put in a position where they needed some talented Brits. They was trying to get a couple. I think it was only able to get me in the end, but some talented Brits to kind of hold the fort down until the Americans got in. That was why it was only a short-term deal. And obviously everything with COVID right now, teams are very, very scarce for money. So I know everybody's kind of looking at us, and people have even said once we have our Americans in, like, we could be a top 4 team. Definitely think they've got the talent down here with Jordan Williams and Martin and some of the young guys and a veteran in Henry Wilkins, guys that know basketball. So they're very, very talented. And I heard that the Americans are talented players too. So I think sky's the limit for this team, especially within this league. I think once they have them in and they're acclimated, I definitely know or believe that they could play with the Lions, the Plymouths, the Newcastle Eagles, the Riders, and the top teams in the league. So it would be very interesting.
So obviously the Americans are planning, but what kind of does your future hold then if it's a short deal?
I don't know, if I'm being totally honest. Obviously, as we said, with COVID times, like, basketball's all over the place and all up in the air.
Yeah.
But as far as myself and Worcester, I don't see it happening past next month. I believe I'll finish off this month and go into summer, January, just while there's a kind of layover period as the Americans are coming in. But yeah, I don't know. I'll pass that. So it's kind of just play it by ear and see how it goes. The life I chose to live, being a professional basketball player.
So let's look at tomorrow's game. Do you have any kind of superstitions or daily routines that you need to do for a game?
Nah. Now in my career, I think I might have had a few when I was younger, but now in my career, it's just about the hours you put in the gym and being consistent. I don't think anything off court really changes what I do on court. Just about getting enough rest the night before a game, maybe eating well, eating healthy tonight, and obviously tomorrow for pre-game. But no real superstitions. Just looking forward to a great matchup. Newcastle always a good team. Fletcher's always down there, been down there for the last few years, obviously doing his thing. And Darius is a good friend of mine, so it's always good to see him.
So yeah, I was going to ask, like, kind of who stands out from the Eagles scene. Like, Fletcher's name gets mentioned a lot. Have you seen a lot of the Newcastle games this season?
I've seen a couple. Obviously, Cortez was a Worcester boy last season, so Coach Newby obviously has a good scout on him. But obviously Fletcher, obviously a past 2 times MVP of the league, and being able to do the stuff that he does, and everybody knows he wants to go back to his dominant left, but as you've seen year after year, he's always able to get there. So just being able to go out there and compete with guys at a high level. I like the big kid that you guys got down there in the centre, Maxwell. He came in and playing real well in this league. And obviously, as I said, love to battle with Darius. Been playing against Darius since we were kids, junior level basketball back in London, and all the way up until now we're in our mid-30s and stuff. So, you know, being able to battle for 20 plus years, I guess, and seeing each other is always fun.
And where do you see kind of the match being won or lost tomorrow? What do you think the key matchup is, or the key battle?
I think both teams play very well. I think you guys are very, very fast-paced. I think we have done a good job. Obviously, we're low in bodies right now down here, so we've done a good job of kind of muddying up games and running our offenses and running full sets. I guess it comes down to the style of play. If we get into an up-tempo game, I think that's obviously favours Newcastle. But if we slow it down, run our sets, I think a high percentage of our points come in the half court. So if we're able to do that, we feel like we execute at a high level in the half court. So I guess style and tempo. We can see kind of how the game is going to go on throughout the 40 minutes, and whoever kind of wins that battle I would say is at an advantage.
I've got one question left. It's from my daughter who's 7. Okay, she likes to know why certain players play in their squad numbers. So why do you play number 11?
I play number 11. It was my first official game. obviously I was a Brixton kid, so I played or trained at Brixton from a very young age. But my first official game was I was 11 years old playing under 16s London League. But yeah, I just chose it because it was the age I was, and then it's kind of stuck with me throughout. Played in high school in America and college as well with that number, and overseas a lot of the time. That's my first choice. So being able to play with number 11, I guess that could be my superstition for games or for seasons. I feel like I'll have a good season if I get my number.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Safe travels up north tomorrow and good luck in the game.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right.